Today, we're going to talk about how you can find real, actual joy in your free time without the usual stress of having to buy a whole bunch of new stuff.
You know that feeling, right? You get this amazing spark of inspiration. Maybe you want to start painting or knitting or baking these super elaborate cakes. But then, almost immediately, that spark gets followed by this mental shopping list that just feels, well, overwhelming and really expensive. Trust me, you are not alone in this.
And there's actually a name for this feeling. It's called hobby clutter. It's that super frustrating cycle where the stuff you think you need actually gets in the way of you starting the thing in the first place. Hobbies are supposed to be about joy and relaxation, not about financial stress or trying to figure out where on earth you're going to store a new loom.
So yeah, it is time for a change. Today, we're going to do what the every girl calls a life edit on our free time. We're going to dive into this whole world of super fulfilling hobbies that require almost nothing to start. No panic buying at the store, just your time and your attention. Okay, so let's get into our first category, the mindful reset. This is all about hobbies that help you reconnect with your creative side and just find a little bit of calm in this totally chaotic world. And what's really interesting right now is the huge rise of what the good trade calls grandma hobbies. Now, don't let the name fool you. These are those timeless, screen-free activities that are making a massive comeback, and it's all because of their really powerful mental health benefits. And look, this isn't just some fad. It's actually backed by experts. These kinds of activities tap into what's called intrinsic motivation, which is basically the joy you get from doing something just for the sake of doing it. They help build resilience, and this is crucial. They let us work with our hands. This is so grounding. It can actually put you into a flow state. You know, that amazing feeling where you're so immersed in what you're doing that the whole outside world just kind of melts away. And the best part? You can get there with stuff you already own.
A perfect example of a minimalist grandma hobby is, you guessed it, reading. But let's reframe it, make it a fun challenge. So instead of just reading whatever, pick a genre that totally matches the vibe you're going for. Maybe a cozy, small-town romance. And then treat it like a special solo date for yourself. And the absolute best part? Your local library is your new best friend. Zero cost, zero clutter.
Now, that sense of inner calm we get from mindful hobbies, we can get that from mindful movement too. So let's talk about how this minimalist approach can totally transform our physical well-being. This is all about turning simple movement into a meaningful ritual, what we're calling the $0 health upgrade.
We've all heard the 10,000 steps a day rule, right? It's everywhere. But what's really interesting is that functional health experts are kind of shifting the focus now. The key isn't really to hit some arbitrary number, but to find a level of movement that is actually sustainable for you and your specific goals. It's all about consistency over intensity.
And this is where it gets really cool, because we can so easily elevate a simple walk. The idea isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's about making it a real ritual. Think about it. Treating it as a dedicated solo date carves out this sacred time just for you. Using that time for positive affirmations can completely reframe your mindset for the rest of the day. Or hey, you can level up your brain by listening to a mind-expanding podcast. Suddenly, your one walk is doing triple duty for your mind, body, and soul.
And you want to know the best part? The cost of entry for this really powerful wellness tool is exactly $0. It is one of the most accessible ways you can possibly invest in your physical and mental health without ever swiping a credit card.
All right, finally, let's explore a hobby that might actually surprise you: productivity itself. This section is all about the rise of a concept called admin night.
So get this. According to the Every Girl, there's a growing trend. Instead of going out for drinks that drain your wallet and your energy, people are getting together, or even just setting aside solo time to tackle their life admin. You can think of it like a proactive reset for your entire week.
So what does an admin night actually look like? Well, it could be anything that sets you up for success. Maybe you take an hour to do a quick resume makeover, that thing you always mean to do. Or you could use some career-focused journaling prompts to get really clear on what your next steps are. You could even just prep meals for the week. The goal is productivity that feels empowering, not like another chore.
And this ties directly into a super vital modern concept: career cushioning. In an era where the job market can feel pretty unstable, this is the act of proactively keeping your skills sharp, your resume updated, and your network warm. And at Admin Night is the perfect container to get this done.
And that's really the bottom line here. Admin night is the ultimate minimalist hobby. It doesn't just save you money, it actually buys you peace of mind by putting you back in the driver's seat of your life and career. So all of these hobbies, reading,
walking, even organizing your life. They're all pathways to what the every girl calls rich girl energy. And let's be super clear, this has nothing to do with money in the bank. It's about cultivating an internal feeling of wealth, abundance, and authenticity. It's all about building a life that genuinely feels good, not just one that looks good on Instagram.
And that right there is the thread connecting absolutely everything we've talked about. The fastest way to tap into this powerful, authentic energy is by learning to find real joy and satisfaction in the simple, accessible things that are already all around you. So, I'll leave you with this question. After hearing all these ideas, what is one minimalist hobby you feel inspired to start this winter? Are you going to take on the reading challenge? Maybe start a walking ritual? Or are you officially scheduling your very first admin night? The choice is all yours.